Is Playlist Hub legit or a scam? In this video, that's what we're going to explore. But first, I want to tell you the relationship that I have with Playlist Hub and give you a reason as to why you should watch this video through until the end. So, how do I know about Playlist Hub? I am running a 30-day music promo challenge right now, and one of the things I did was reach out to Playlist Hub to see if they are open to giving me access to their services to promote my song, find playlist curators, and see if I can make my song gain a bit of traction through playlisting. Now, they did one better and actually sponsored the channel a couple of videos, but I must let you know this is not one of the sponsored videos. This is just part of the process of documenting my whole music promotional process. So while I was researching and finding out more information about Playlist Hub, something I came across was their FAQs. And the FAQ that I came across that really made me go down this rabbit hole was what to expect with Playlist Hub. Now, as you can see, it's written by a guy called Diogo Lima. This is someone that I've been in touch with via email. He's one of the people that responded to me, and he's the person that wrote this particular article. And it reads, Playlist Hub is your go-to Spotify playlisting platform designed to help artists get noticed by real listeners while offering a transparent, results-driven service. Whether you're an independent musician or a seasoned artist, Serenas, right? So you can see on the screen, Serenas is here to amplify your reach without breaking the bank. Now, when I saw this, it really pretty much raised a few flags in my mind, a few red flags, if I'm being honest. And I was wondering, what Serenas? This doesn't align with what I know about Playlist Hub because I didn't know their history. So I went online on Google and searched Serena's playlisting, and I came across this Reddit where someone was asking Serenas.io. They were asking Serenas.io, any feedback? This is what the Reddit said. Hi guys, has anyone heard of Serenas.io before? They promise constant organic promotion for streams and just general brand awareness, which seems great for just 18 euros a month. That's a lot less than what we spend on Submit Hub, but we really don't want to run in a scam or anything. Now, after finding this, I was now curious. I was like, okay, so Serenas is a real thing, and they deal with promoting your music for streams, right, on Spotify. That's what this tells me. And here you can see they're basically a brand that is put in the same statement as Submit Hub, and Submit Hub is a playlisting platform as well. So this is what led me now to find out that Serenas is the former name of Playlist Hub, and they rebranded recently to become Playlist Hub. So I got intrigued by this conversation and went down the thread, and that's what I'm going to take you through in this video as well, until we get to a point where I feel like, or rather where I show you exactly what people feel about Playlist Hub, what people's experiences have been. I have not yet used them. I am actually in the process of getting to use them, but research is important. And this whole thing is just to document the research and give you guys more insight as well as I go along this journey. So the first Reddit I found, by the way, all the Reddit links that I explore in this video will be linked below if you want to take a closer look at them. I'm going to skip through a few because if I don't, this video will be an hour long. It's going to be a long video already as it is, but I'm just giving you a heads up that I'm not going to look at each and every Reddit, but some of the most important ones, some of the key ones that will give you a bit more context. So here we can see right under this Reddit, we see the first Redditor come in and say, taking a leap and trying it. Here is hoping I don't get TOS by Spotify. For people that don't know what TOS means, it's like terms of service. And this is basically where a company bans you or takes down your song because you go against their terms of service. Of which for Spotify, it would be like if you're using bots to get streams. That means you're getting fake streams. That means you're trying to play the system, or rather game the system, and that goes against terms of service, and they can take down your song. So the next Redditor here asks, any update? How did it go? And I'm going to go into the replies, because this person, the first Redditor here who took the lead, actually comes back and gives us feedback on their experience. So here is the experience. Just got an email that they're rebranding as Playlist Hub with some verbiage about how they plan to better track plays, because they are going to generate their own playlists, which should give them listening stats. Now, just to speak to the rebrand, as someone who is involved in the digital space and having a bit of knowledge around SEO, rebranding from Serenas.io as a playlisting platform to Playlist Hub is the better move when it comes to search engine optimization, because there's nothing that ties Serenas as a brand name to playlisting. To be honest, when I first hear Serenas, I think tennis, of which this is playlisting. It has nothing to do with tennis. So just off rip, I feel like them rebranding to Playlist Hub is an SEO move that makes sense. So he or she continues and says, my concern is that this could be construed as a step towards the dreaded bot lists, but benefit of the doubt. They could still rely on social media advertising. Now let's just pause there. Something that Playlist Hub prides itself on is actually organic reach, getting organic traffic to your songs. And how they do this is by promoting the playlists that they put you on through Facebook and Instagram ads. And that is a core part of their service. They help run Facebook ads for your songs. And really, there's a lot to it. I can't just break it down in this video yet, but along this journey, you're going to see people talk about running ads on playlists, which is basically their business model. Stay tuned as I'm going to dive deeper on their services, as I'm going to dive deeper on how their business works in future videos. And I hope you learned something, because I am definitely going to use their service and hopefully get some results from it. So as of yesterday, I had just noticed an uptick in my listens, and it was noticeable on my Spotify artist page. And it wasn't outlandish, which makes me think they were real listens, not bots. The last week alone, I have had some dialogue with the creator, and it seems like it's all still super young and pliable. So I would treat it like an early adopter / beta / startup situation. At the moment, I think it's fair to be skeptical as an artist, since the goalposts seem to be evolving from a company guidance standpoint. I think if you think of it more as early investment, it can be easier to justify, since all things considered, the entry fee is still much lower than the cost of a basic ad campaign. That's at least how I feel about it as of now. So let's just speak to this investment, this early investment. The monthly subscription to Playlist Hub is 18 euros per month. And for that, you get added to their internal playlists. You get access to external curator information. They send your songs out to external playlist curators for the opportunity to be playlisted. In addition to that, you can have access to the ability to run Facebook ads direct from their platform on your song. Therefore, you can actually get real streams from people clicking on your reel or clicking on your song as they're scrolling on these platforms. So that is somewhat how their model works. Of course, I'll go deeper as I use the platform, but as per now, from what I have researched and found out, that's what I've understood. Now, the next Redditor says, really great info and analysis, thanks. I'm a little sketched out by the kind of erratic rebranding, but as you've pointed out, maybe that's not so shady, / not necessarily a red alert for scams if they are in a sort of public beta figure things out stage. An interesting way to put it. Just trying to figure out if the risk is worth the reward. The investment is minor, just wouldn't want to risk getting my tune pulled if it ends up being a bot scam. So this is a constant fear for artists. If your song is flagged as attracting or paying for fake streams, or getting this traffic that is not authentic, that is full of bots, your song can actually be taken down. right? And it's not a good look. It puts you in this whole dynamic that you don't want to be in. And I can understand this point of view. Remember that I am an artist speaking to you as well. So I feel for you when you worry about these kind of things. I've never done any playlisting. It's going to be my first time. So we are learning together. If you've never done it, we are learning together right now. Now, the next Redditor here says, thank you so much for keeping us posted. I'm surprised about the rebranding too, but it seems like you're mostly happy with how it's going so far. Boom. The next Redditor here says, looks like Serena's is now rebranded as Playlist Hub, as I've mentioned. The next Redditor here says, sounds too good to be true. Now let's talk about some of the skepticism that I've met during this research process. Let's go again. Sounds too good to be true. From what I've seen, the only way to guarantee constant organic promotion is through meta ads, and that costs more than 18 euros. Okay. So if you've run any type of Facebook ads, you know that over the years, your budget has needed to keep increasing if you're going to keep, getting similar results to what you've been getting. And to some people, it doesn't feel believable as to how you're charged 18 euros a month and someone is advertising your song on Facebook and Instagram. However, you're going to see later on along this video that Playlist Hub actually spends about $500 daily on Instagram and Facebook ads in order to drive real traffic to their playlists and your songs by that logic as well. So let's continue. While it appears they use meta ads to promote their own playlists, some of them are clearly botted. Most of the others have trailed off and stopped growing. And then here he puts a link for Submit Hub, which I'm not going to click. My 2 cents, if someone promises something like this for that cheap, it's probably a con, something that is a valid worry or concern. Now, the edit. Owner of Serena's, now known as Playlist Hub, has clarified that the bot activity was a test. They're using meta ads and that the majority of their monthly fee goes toward funding these ads. Now, in my research, I've found that Playlist Hub actually spends over 80% of your budget. So of that 18 euros, over 80% is spent in running ads. Okay. So if you're asking yourself, how do they maintain that $500 daily? This is how they do it. Over 80% of your budget goes into running ads. So the next Redditor here goes, okay, so I started doing some more in-depth research. Just before I continue here, you can see I'm skipping these replies and all that. This is my second time shooting this video. The first time I was clicking on all these and the video was super extended, 40 minutes plus, which I don't want to do. I want to fall maybe in the 20 to 30 minute range. And that's why I'm skipping this. But if you want to take a look at each of these replies, please find the links in the description. I'm going to leave them there. So this Redditor goes, okay, so I started doing some more in-depth research on playlisthub.io, formerly Serena's, and I started with the first point that should always be analyzed when evaluating a music marketing service. Reviews from artists who are already using it, and above all, how much success they are actually having. The strange thing is that trying to search on Spotify and Google, some of the artists mentioned in their happy artists section, such as Daniela Sopas, who's a reggaeton artist, or Sophia Rossi, who's a pop singer, or even Tommy Nguyen, an indie rock artist, trying also to match the artist with the genre, I couldn't find any results. Now, admittedly, as you can see the next line here, it's strange when that happens. So he goes on to say, this is really strange, even assuming that they might use stage names on Spotify, at least the Google search should bring up some social profiles or some article about them on some blog, unless these artists don't have any presence on the web at all, which is strange for an artist who spends money to promote their music, which is true. Okay, that's kind of strange, and it's a bit of a red flag. I can see how that is the case. But as I've gone through this Reddit, as we are going to do, you realize that there are real people replying to these messages that are having positive experiences. And even better, you're going to see that Playlist Hub actually jumps into these Reddits and clarifies certain things and is open. Now, I don't want it to seem like I am just talking them up because, we are partners. The whole point of this is to be transparent, right? If Playlist Hub came um, out of this Reddit as a negative platform, that is what you're going to see. I'm not going to hide anything. That's really not my business. As an artist, I have a duty to you. This page has a duty to you to ensure that you're getting the right information, right? Based on my experience, of course, right? I'll make mistakes, but I'm hoping that at least I do my due diligence, which is what I'm doing live with you guys. So where did we stop? Yeah, so he goes on to ask, what do you guys think about it? Currently, the thing is suspicious, but I'm curious to hear what. This is now Playlist Hub. Now, Playlist Hub, if we had clicked on these replies, you would see more replies from Playlist Hub themselves. But I don't want the video to be too long, like I mentioned. Go ahead and look at these replies, please. Check the link and read for yourself. There's a lot of information in here. I just want us to get to, the major points, the major concerns that people are having, so that it simplifies your own research process. These Reddits have really helped me in my research, and I'm sure they'll help you too. So this is where they got this handle, right? This Reddit handle, and knew that it was Playlist Hub because Playlist Hub has been actually replying. So here it goes on to say, please note, I'm not trying to defame or question the platform. I'm simply a person who scrapes the bottom of the barrel before starting to make an investment. Hope you will understand. Boom. Now you can see that this is the same handle. So this is Playlist Hub, and this is from 6 months ago. You can see they go, hi there. Thanks for bringing up Serenas.io. I wanted to clarify a few points about how we operate. So they go on to say, we invest heavily in ads to promote playlists and artists, currently spending over $500 daily. I already mentioned that on Meta ads to ensure genuine organic growth. Here is a link for transparency. Now, admittedly, I clicked on this link, or rather I copied the link and pasted it, but it didn't work for me. I'm not sure if it's because my Facebook is not logged in, but I want to see if I can get you guys the link to show the ads they have been running on Facebook. And just keep checking. If you're watching this and you're curious to see their ad library on Facebook, because Facebook allows you to see what kind of ads a business is running on the platform, I will have that link in the pinned comment below. If it's not there yet, then I've not yet got it. But as soon as I have it, I'm going to do that. I'm actually in touch with Playlist Hub because we are working together. But I want to talk to them and see if I can get that link, a functional link, and put it for you guys so you can actually assess for yourself. But basically, this is the link that was added. From the 18 euro subscription fee, about 14 euros goes directly into ads and other promotional activities. The remaining helps us cover platform costs and improvements. The next thing they say is, besides ads, we also use mass submission strategies like email outreach and connecting with external curators to place songs in a wide variety of playlists. You've seen that. They have their own internal playlists that they drive traffic to using ads, and then they use mass submission strategies like email outreach to connect with external curators to see how best they can get your songs placed for playlisting. So this helps maximize exposure for their artists, or rather our artists, with some success for some artists. And that's what they're saying. So the Reddit continues, we are also working towards automating the creation of playlists and cross-marketing between artists to let them generate the playlists and do ads directly via our platform. Right? This is 6 months ago. We are still a young platform and learning every day, so feedback is invaluable to us. Please let us know how we can improve. Now, here you can see what they've talked about. They're trying to work on automating the creation of playlists and cross-marketing between artists to let them generate playlists and do ads directly via their platform. I want to show you my own account. This is my account, okay? This is the number of credits I have. These were gifted to me. by Playlist Hub in order to be able to run this campaign. And as you can see, there's the option here to boost your song using Facebook ads. So this is something that maybe they've implemented recently, but in real time, you can see what is happening. This is my discography. I have 10 songs up on streaming platforms, and my latest is Good Lord, which is what I want to promote using this deal that I have with Playlist Hub. So let's get back to the Reddit. The next Redditor says, "Hi, thank you for adding all these comments and info to my question. Is there a way to try the service/platform before committing to it monthly? Thank you in advance." Now here I want to see the reply. You can see that Playlist Hub has replied, "Hello, unfortunately we incur costs as when the user subscribes, we send weekly emails." Pay attention to this. We send weekly emails to all the playlist owners of our network. All of this is automated. Bracket, every email we send has a direct cost. So currently we can't offer a free plan being a bootstrapped company. So they are a small young company and they send out weekly emails to all the playlist owners in the network so as to try to get you a chance to be playlisted. So something that you should know that I found during research is that on a weekly basis, here as I've shown you in my discography, if I toggle this, right? So you can see here it says submit to playlist. If I toggle this, it makes that song submittable to playlists. So on a weekly basis, they send out the song to external playlist curators for the chance for it to be playlisted according to the genre, the vibe of the song, these different aspects. However, I'm going to untoggle that because I want to do that for you in later videos. I want to show you the process and the results of doing that. Of course, it's going to cost. You can see here the costs, but we'll get into that in a later video. Right now, we are focusing on the research part, on the rebranding, on whether it's legit or a scam. So I just want to show you guys that. Now, the last Redditor here, as you can see, says, "Ultimately, I've been trying out the service for about 3 months now, and it genuinely works." So this is someone's real experience, and this was put out 26 days ago. "Submissions go through, all the listens are real since the playlists are promoted via ads, and consequently the growth is organic. So don't expect an overwhelming number of streams." That is a key point. This platform is not promising you a million streams in a month or in a week or in a day. What it's telling you is we are going to run ads on our playlists. We are going to try to get real organic traffic to our playlists to listen to your song. And that is going to lead to an increase in the streams your song is getting. Now, it might not be 10,000 streams in a day at the start, but maybe you're getting a cool maybe 5 streams, maybe 10 streams, right? Maybe 100 streams. There's a place I actually read where they are like, they pretty much expect an average of 100 to 1,000 streams, right? On the lower end, 100 streams per month if a song is playlisted repeatedly. Now that is based off of my research. I've not yet put it into practice, but you're going to see it happen if you subscribe to this channel. So let's continue here. Submissions go through okay, let's do this again. "Ultimately, I've been trying out the service for about 3 months now, and it genuinely works. Submissions go through, all the listens are real, since the playlists are promoted via ads, and consequently, the growth is organic. So don't expect an overwhelming number of streams. While you can submit your entire catalog, I currently find that an average of 3 to 4 of my tracks actually secure a placement monthly." Okay, that's an important stat. Okay, this is real feedback. Even though it's anecdotal, it's real feedback from someone who's using the platform. He goes on to say, or she goes on to say, "Whether the investment will be worth it in the long term remains to be seen." Now, after I got to the end of this Reddit thread, I came back up and I saw that there was another Reddit thread that was posted 1 month ago that was titled, "Is Playlist Hub.io legit or scam?" And this is what we're trying to discover. So I clicked on this, and this is where it brought me, right? So here we see Playlist Hub actually tending to this question, answering the question, because this thread was started by Playlist Hub here. So they say, we've seen a few people ask if playlisthub.io is legit. Totally fair question. Let's clear it up transparently. No, it's not a scam. 100% legit. We are a real team running real ad campaigns, and we've already helped over 1,000 active artists grow their streams using paid Facebook ads and organic playlists. Every campaign is trackable. We even share public ad links. Again, check the pinned comment below. As soon as I have that link, the public ad link, I'll post it right there. So they say we offer 100% refunds within 30 days and even beyond when needed. We have a strong record of positive Trustpilot reviews. Then they say, yes, issues sometimes happen with any tech platform, but when they do, we fix them fast. If you ever run into trouble or need help, email us directly at general@playlisthub.io. Now, if you have any questions yourself, even before buying a subscription with them, please feel free to email these guys. They are prompt to reply, and they really make sure they try to help you understand totally what their service is about. Okay. And this is just based off of my experience chatting with them on email. Now, they go on to say, we're here to make sure you're supported. Feel free to ask questions below. We're happy to help. Boom. So the first Reddit response to that is, Playlist Hub are not a scam. Okay, so these are real testimonials. I have been with them for a week. I can see all the playlists I have been added to in my Spotify for Artists profile. They are genuine playlists created by Playlist Hub themselves in my exact genre of indie rock. The streaming numbers are good, but realistically, grow organically. They are not ridiculous dramatic increases like those offered by the fake bot sites, and their subscription prices are very fair, not the crazy money charged by a lot of playlist promo sites just for one song per campaign. Highly recommended. Now, this has been a common sentiment that other platforms are overcharging for these things, and they sometimes don't even come through on their promise. So that is something that Playlist Hub has really, Playlist Hub has provided a response to that kind of concern, right? They have decided to take care of that. You're not spending too much. You have this monthly subscription, 18 euros a month, relative to whatever other platforms are charging, because I am not using any other platforms. But based on this, it shows that Playlist Hub is really considerate and their prices are manageable. The next Reddit goes, so are the playlists made by you? For example, you build a catalog of Spotify playlists, or do you contact third parties? Now the reply here was, hey, this is now by Playlist Hub. Hey, we own over 100 playlists from which we control the ads and all the placements/submissions. However, that is only one part of our product. We also create Facebook/Instagram campaigns in one click, like I showed you earlier, and have over 3,000 external contacts we got via Spotify scraping, so that you don't have to spend time searching one by one. Okay, so you could go about this whole Spotify playlisting, curator information finding. Wow. You could go about finding this information by yourself, or you come and exploit or take advantage of Playlist Hub's external over 3,000 external contacts got from Spotify. And then they say plus other tools we add every month. So because they're still growing, of course, they're going to keep adding new features and all this. So just that's something to consider when deciding to subscribe to them. The next Reddit reads, this has been a really positive experience with Playlist Hub. Just signed up and already seeing prominent results. 3 genuine playlist placements are bringing up my stats all around, and the customer service is the best. That I can vouch for. Diogo goes out of his way to make sure things are right. Diogo is also the person I've been speaking to, and he's the person who wrote that article I started with. So he's obviously a key part of the platform's success as well. And the price is unbeatable. Recommend highly. The next Reddit reads, is this actually legit? How come on the public ads there's no actual ads for your playlists? All I see are Facebook ads targeting artists for your platform and individual song campaigns. Let's take a look at some of these replies because that's a negative review, right? So Playlist Hub comes back and says, hey, you can find most of our current ads here. You can see the link here. Check the first comment. We recently switched ad profiles a few weeks ago, so everything is now consolidated under this one. We are also in the process of moving the playlist ads to that same profile. So you'll start seeing those there soon too. Right now, most of what you'll see are Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, after Playlist Hub's response, this Redditor then replied Playlist Hub by saying, I see. I actually believe you considering there are hundreds of lists on that Spotify account that look ad grown. I wish you success in your company's growth. Nice to see a non-scam for once. Okay, this is real life feedback. The next Redditor says, Playlist Hub is a great promotional company. I've run ads through them and it does trigger the algorithmic playlists as well, which is a good sign of authentic results, and the playlists are always nice and with the appropriate genre. Okay. The next Redditor says, my experience has been amazing with Playlist Hub. I've been making music for about 3 years now and I've seen the fake promotion as well as true organic and the end result. Bot streams will get you flagged everywhere. Take heed. Bot streams will get you flagged everywhere. Since using Playlist Hub, I've received no warnings. My traffic is organic. I have had several people reach out on my socials who discovered my music on Playlist Hub playlists. I wish I could target a specific region with playlist efforts, but for what it's worth, they have been extremely effective in their methods. If this is the beginning, it will only get better. So I guess that is some feedback for them. This was 24 days ago, and I have no doubt that they are tapped in and trying to make the platform better, based off of what I've seen so far in the video. You've seen as well, they reply. And if you doubt, just go, like I've said, click the link and go check these replies that I didn't take a look at. So the next Redditor says, honestly, I was quite skeptical at first. At first glance, the scheme seems a bit complicated, but what they basically do is pull together artists from the same vibe/genre, put them in a playlist and run ads on that playlist. They have about 100 playlists that cover most genres. It's not the biggest boost ever, but I see it as a legit way of teaching the algorithm which corner you're in. That is the mindset I advise you to approach this platform with. You're trying to train the algorithm on who you are and kind of letting it know where it should place you, in what box it should place you. So this Redditor goes on to say, I also checked their playlist with artist tools for bots and they came out clean. I've only been using the service for about a month now, but so far they seem like genuine guys. The next Redditor says, I did a lot of research and ended up signing with Playlist Hub. They are the only service I was able to find that offers genuinely organic growth results, or rather growth services, with no scam tactics and no risk to your songs being banned for artificial streaming. For the price of a monthly subscription, your songs are rotated through their curated playlists where real organic listeners can find and enjoy your music. Okay, so every week your song is rotated. Whatever songs you decide are open to be submitted within Playlist Hub's internal playlists. Okay, so there is also the option for a price to run a Facebook and Instagram ad for a song of your choice. This also gets your music some traction as people can stumble upon it while swiping their reels, as mentioned earlier. There are also external playlist contacts you can acquire from them, but I haven't used this function much. Hopefully I get to use it when I'm doing my thing. Overall, after being with Playlist Hub for 2 to 3 months now, I am very happy and will definitely stay subscribed. I am constantly getting new listeners who are saving my goals and adding them to their playlists. Customer service is also amazing and you really feel valued and cared for as a customer. I feel like I've harped on that point. When you communicate with them, they are courteous, they're on time, they care about their customers. I can tell, because even before we had any kind of arrangement, we were emailing, and it was amazing. In the sea of playlist promotion scams, there is a true hero we all needed. So the next one here is they will definitely get you results. That's the next Reddit. I've been using Playlist Hub for about 2 weeks. Their UI is intuitive and easy to use. I've already run a successful Meta ad campaign and have 3 playlist placements. They are very responsive to questions and concerns. I don't have any complaints other than the lack of a mobile app. I guess that is feedback for Playlist Hub. They seem legit so far and specifically designed to help independent individuals or independent artists. And then here we see Playlist Hub thank this particular Redditor. It's pretty straightforward, nothing hidden. You pay them and it's a great rate compared to all the other playlisting services out there. I dare you to find a better price. He's waiting. So he goes on to say, or she goes on to say, and they put your music on playlists. Okay, so you pay them and they put your music on playlists. The more you pay, the more they'll push your songs. It's hassle free. They do 95% of the work. Okay, so this is someone telling you what Playlist Hub does. 95% of the work. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the common questions that are asked. FAQs. Are there bots or fake streams? No, we never use bots. All our campaigns run using real paid traffic, either via playlists or Facebook ads. Here, the question is, why did my streams drop suddenly? Was it flagged as official? Spotify has an internal system that sometimes flags legit traffic if you're a small artist with a sudden spike, even if nothing is wrong. This isn't caused by us, and even DistroKid admits it happens unfairly. The next question here is, why don't all Facebook clicks turn into streams? Not every person who clicks listens for 30 seconds. Okay, and it takes 30 seconds in order for it to be considered a stream. The next question, what can I realistically expect from Playlist Hub? We aim to help you grow visibility, not to hack Spotify. That means real listeners, real traffic, and real playlist submissions. Now, the next question here is, do you actually run Facebook ads for my song? The answer from Playlist Hub is yes. We run paid campaigns on Meta properties, and you can see them here. Okay, they add a link there, and then the campaign as well. The next Redditor says your sign-in tab doesn't work, and Playlist Hub reaches out saying, kindly email us. Let's figure this out. So this is a month ago as well. The next here is, do you also work with playlist curators? And his answer is, hey, currently we don't, but we might in the future. Now, the last Redditor here is, I've been using Playlist Hub for a few months now, and DistroKid hit me with a bot strike for suspicious streams. This is now a negative review to a certain extent, okay? So let's see how it's handled. This person goes on to say, I loved using them, but now I'm scared of getting my account banned, okay? So that's a genuine fear, like we've seen across the board. People are scared of their accounts being banned or their songs being taken down because of some fake streams that the provider didn't tell them are fake, okay? So let's take a look at the reply here. So we see that Playlist Hub has come through and replied. They say, hey, totally understand the situation, but just to clarify, Playlist Hub has never used bots and never will. Why would we risk our entire business and spend tens of thousands in Meta ads if we could just spend $1 on fake plays? It makes no sense, and we operate 100% transparently. Unfortunately, DistroKid has a reputation for issuing strikes and even banning accounts. Remember, this is Playlist Hub talking to this artist right here. So DistroKid has a reputation for issuing strikes and even banning accounts when any suspicious traffic is detected, even if it don't come from outside. This includes cases where someone maliciously buys fake plays to taint a playlist or account. So there are people who do that actually. Someone already tried to taint one of our playlists in the past. We always recommend using distributors who don't auto-penalize creators without a full review. This isn't about Playlist Hub specifically. Your account could be flagged due to any promotion you've run, or even traffic someone else sent to your song. If you're unsure, feel free to reach out to us. That's what they're saying. We are happy to help clarify your case and even assist with proof for Spotify or distributors. We are in active conversations with them ourselves regarding recent cases of third-party tainting. Please find other people's opinion on DistroKid with the same exact problem. So that's basically what we've come to when it comes to finding out more information about this. Is Playlist Hub legit? If I had to say, I would say yes, it is, based off of people's reviews. And also, I'm going to be speaking over my experience as the time goes by. Just keep watching. The videos are coming through. There's a tutorial that will come fast, and that's about it. I'll see you on day 20.